Hi, I'm Cindy Hendrickson, Becker County Master Gardener, and welcome to my garden on this beautiful September day. And I love native plants, and you can tell how much how they've grown. We started this garden in 2011, and I sit at my lawn chair and I see all the bees and the butterflies from spring to fall. This is, it is called meadow blazing star, or it's a liatris, and the monarchs love this, and it's a nectar favorite. And then the yellow flowers are the black-eyed Susan or rudbeckia, and all the white flowers and some of the purple flowers are asters. And then we have some lobelia in here and the sedges along the lake shore. And it's just amazing how the insects and the butterflies and the birds love coming and feeding in my meadows, spring and fall. And then also the birds are eating the seeds of some of the dried plants, and I don't cut off any of this, and then it is great winter interest, and then it also will reseed in other areas down here. In my side garden, I have many coneflowers, and the butterflies are just loving them. And then I have some swamp milkweed, hollyhocks, and the hollyhocks have been damaged a little bit by my rust, but it is so important to have flowers blooming all season, and because different butterflies nest at different times, and they start their pupa stage at different times depending on what kind of caterpillar it is. And I have coreopsis, and it is so good to let the seeds just drop, and then you'll get more flowers. This fall I'm planning on moving some of this to my other side of my garden, and I found the painted lady really like the coneflowers. That's what I've been seeing in my garden, and you can just hear the bees in the garden, and bees are the #1 pollinator, and bees don't just go to hives, they go in the ground, and they're so important for all of our fruits and vegetables, and there's many of our fruits and vegetables that wouldn't survive if we didn't have bees. And then I have the dogwood, and that blooms in the spring, which is really good for all of our, the hummingbirds really like the dogwood. And then amongst I have lilies, but what is so important is the native flowers, which the bees really like. These are swamp milkweed, and they have purple flowers, and you can see how the mostly the monarch caterpillars have chewed on them, and they eat them, and then they also lay their eggs on them. And monarchs are specialists, and this is the only kind of plant that they eat. There are milkweed in your ditches, and it's so important to grow them in your yard. And this is it's a little bit more refined swamp milkweed, and it doesn't spread as like some of the other ones do. And then they eat these, they make their cocoon on it, and then when they come out of their cocoon, then they go right to the coneflowers, and they like to eat those, and then they pass on all the nectar. And then in front I also have some hollyhock, and they love getting on the hollyhock, and the hummingbirds like hollyhocks also. Hollyhocks do tend to get a little bit of rust on them, but I'll leave these up, and then next spring they'll come up, and they give us a lot of winter interest. And then I also have some different kinds of lilies that the hummingbirds really like. Gardening is such a great hobby for everybody, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can have little containers, and there are so many resources, free resources. One of my favorites is going to your local library. The soil and water districts have resources, the UM and Extension, Master Gardeners, and what I suggest for new gardeners is to go visit people's gardens and find out what they like to garden in your area. And I know most gardeners are more than willing to give you plants. I'm giving some hostas away, and I'm going to my daughter's to get some iris. So thank you for visiting my gardens. I'm Cindy Hendrickson, Becker County Master Gardener.